Welcome to the Voice of Football podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm Matt.
And let's kick it off by going through our predictions from last week and seeing how many we got right.
I think we did better this week than we have before.
I think we did. I'm mildly proud of us. Well done.
Yeah, I think you might have got quite a few right, to be fair to you.
I'm going to get a small... You know what? I'm going to get like a little badge sewn that's like, I got quite a few right. That's going to be the peak of my existence.
We'll write it on your grave one day.
Yeah.
Jack got a few right. Weekend of the... What's the date today? 0504.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take that. That's better than what I was going to say on it. So, Crystal Palace, Liverpool.
Yes.
Liverpool 1-2-1, just about.
This game, man. Triggered. But yes, carry on.
I went for 3-1, you went for 2-0. I feel like we were both right.
Yeah,
sort of.
put it together, we kind of right.
Yeah, actually, well, not technically put together.
That'd be 5-1.
But that's what
you know
the score,
what I mean,
that's what the score probably should have been. But yeah, I feel like it was a little lucky, maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
a little maybe if Benteke knew where the goal was.
If he could just
at some
shoot
point
on target at any point. I mean, it's just come out today that he's injured or something. He's going to miss the next match. I was like, bloody good.
I feel like I'd say I was injured too. I'd be like, oh Jesus, I can't do this anymore.
You'd be there 60th minute, ow, pulled a hammy. Roy,
you can't go back into the dressing room and everyone looking at you without putting on a limp. Just
Maybe he should just got sent off so he can just go straight down. He doesn't even have to sit on the
yeah,
bench.
he's I don't want to talk to any of you.
Early bath.
Not really for me. Then it was West Ham, Southampton, and we both got this one wrong, but I feel like most of the world did.
Oh my God, yes.
Because does West Ham won a game?
Yeah.
At home?
Clearly so as well. Not even close.
Yeah. Just was amazing.
Smashed it.
There was people fighting in the stands and they just won the game.
Yeah. That letter from Mark Noble or whatever it was really did some good.
Yeah, I wonder if Mark can help us out in any other
when we go off to fight Russia or something, Mark Noble just writes a plea to all the soldiers.
We are very sorry. We will sort it out. Yours sincerely, Mark Noble. I played for England a couple of times.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Brighton, Leicester. I went for 1-0 to Leicester, you went for 2-2. And it was 2-0 to Leicester.
Oh, yeah.
Again,
this annoyed me on my Super 6 because I was like, I'm going to get some points here because I think I put them to draw. And they were 0-0 for ages, I believe.
Yeah.
And then Leicester just won it right at the end, 2 goals.
Yeah, I feel like Leicester have been on a bit of an up.
They have,
again.
actually.
They sort of had a bit of a dip mid-season.
Yeah.
And then, since
I think I described it in one of our podcasts. I just didn't know what Leicester were doing anymore. Yeah. Because they were so up and down. But I think they're on a bit of a streak at the minute.
From the 83rd minute on, they were really good.
Well, that's all that matters, if you can hold it for the other 8 minutes.
True.
That's how they won a league title.
Man United beat Swansea 2-0. I went for 2-0, you went for 2-1. So we got that one. That was a Man United performance, I feel like.
Yeah, standard.
I feel sorry. I felt like Swansea might do something because
my prediction now, I still stand by it. I thought that could have been 2-1. I thought Swansea might have. I thought they might get a draw, but I think they were kind of out of the game fairly early on.
Yeah, we've been on a bit of a Swansea hype train recently, so maybe it's just
it's coming down slightly, isn't it?
Oh, it was Swansea going to win the league probably. Man City will lose all the games. Newcastle beat Huddersfield 1-0. So that was nice. I said 1-0, you said 0-0.
Yeah. Again, I remember you asking me this question and absolutely nothing happened in my brain because I was just to the score. Didn't think anything was going to happen. And it was 0-0 for ages. I was like, oh yeah, cool, I've actually got one right. And then West Ham scored. West Ham? Where did that come from? Newcastle scored fairly late?
Yeah, 80th minute, yeah.
80th minute, yeah.
But
ruining all my predictions. I could have won the 250 from Jeff, but
I feel good. Nice to see. I think Newcastle are pretty much safe now, so I'm that's nice. I like Newcastle.
Do you like Newcastle?
Yeah, I like something about going to play Newcastle that you're always oh, this is scary.
I think it's because they're such a big club that aren't doing well.
Yeah,
because their stadium is just huge, and it's really terrifying to go there. It's like going to a slightly smaller Old Trafford in a way. You're oh, this isn't going to be a good atmosphere to play in. And yet they're just not doing very well at the minute. So But yeah, it would be nice to see them back up. I prefer them over Sunderland anyway.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Sunderland are like the knock, they're like Audi, like, I'm like don't know about that. Watford drew 2-2 with Bournemouth. I said 2-1, you said 2-0 to Watford.
Wow, it should have been 2-0 to Watford. Yeah, they really cocked this up.
Yeah, it was a entertaining game, I suppose. Watford don't often score 2 goals, so that's nice for them,
Yeah, true.
Jermaine Defoe came on. I think I saw a stat that he scored the most 90th minute goals ever in the Premier League.
Got more than Giroud.
Well,
He's pretty good at that.
Giroud's
not at the minute, he's not.
Giroud's still got a few years left in him. If someone can get him some more crosses or something.
Hey, Defoe's still playing. He can still do some.
He did. West Brom Burnley. I said 1-0 to Burnley. You said 2-0 to Burnley, and it was 2-1. So we got the result
to Burnley.
Yeah, we've got some good results for sure.
Yeah.
Just not the right score.
Not quite the right score, but we've got the right people going to win. And I did see a very good tweet earlier today because, and I'd sort of blocked it completely from memory this moment, but when Tottenham played West Brom at Wembley earlier, the amount of times Ben Foster time wasted to get the draw. But I saw somebody tweet earlier and he was like, does everyone remember when Ben Foster time wasted? And he was like, fucking glad they're going down. And I was like, yes, you're right. Now you've triggered me. Yes, I remember this.
Yeah, I feel like I don't miss West Brom. I feel sorry. No. I do like Alan Pardew, but he has had a run of going to somewhere, me being like, oh, Alan Pardew's quite good, and then he does absolutely terribly, and I'm like, oh, I still like you, just be good.
Yeah, he does. I think it's his passion, isn't it, that's quite nice about him. He seems to care a lot about every club that he goes to.
You don't see many managers trying to headbutt someone. That's worth having, that is. And then finally for the Saturday, Man City beat Everton 3-1. We said 4-1, and you said... Well, we said 4-1?
Yeah, we said.
I said 4-1, and you said 3-0. So
again, combine the scores.
A little bit of a split. Yeah, I mean, we sort of expected Man City to win, obviously.
Yeah.
Puts them on for the title at Man United.
Oh, I'm excited to watch this game.
I feel like everyone is excited to watch this game.
I sort of feel sorry for Man United because it's just the people that support them at the minute, they've just had so many years of them being dominant and being especially the biggest club in Manchester, that this is going to be a sucker punch.
I really thought I'd seen the worst moment when City won the league with the Aguero goal.
Oh yes, actually that's true.
And I remember watching Sky Sports, and they had they were panning between the two of them, and you saw the Man United game ended and the Man United players started celebrating.
Yeah.
And then Alex Ferguson walked on and was like, no celebrations, no celebrations.
I remember the pictures of just Alex Ferguson and Rooney. Everyone was being like, what's happened? Yeah. It was they literally, was it Sunderland they played? And they literally only just won as well. Yeah. It was 1-0. I was they've done their bit, and all they could do was wait. And oh man, I mean, it is the best end to a season that's happened in my lifetime. And I mean, I'm only 22, so it hasn't. That's not a very long period, and yet it's been probably the best ending to a season for a lot of people's lifetimes. I don't think that'll happen again, but this will be on par with that. I imagine. Hopefully, come on, Man City.
Can you imagine it would just be a 1-1 draw, and you'll be like, oh, everyone's got so pumped for something to happen, and you're like, well, okay, next week I guess they'll go.
They'll end up losing the next couple of games, and then they'll come to Wembley to play Tottenham, and they'll beat us, and that's where they'll win it. And we'll be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, if they do beat Man United, then I saw loads of people saying they'll have to give Kyle Walker the Guard of Honour at Wembley.
No, yeah. I mean,
bless.
he did screw up for them in the Champions League against Liverpool.
He did. We'll move on to that one, but that was quite a performance, that was. Then we had Arsenal-Stoke on Sunday. Arsenal won 3-0 in the end. I said 2-0, you said 4-1. Again, a little bit of a split in the middle.
A split, yeah.
Really thrilling first half.
Oh my God, it is the worst half of football I've ever seen. And I mean, I probably say that a lot, maybe on this podcast, and just generally when I watch Tottenham.
Yeah.
I'm always like, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in football ever. But I am being deadly serious when I say that was the worst. It just didn't go anywhere. Stoke had so many like counter attacks. Like, oh, go on, do something. And they just lost the ball, which made that part of the game shit. Like that's one team out. And then Arsenal, you seem to like go all the way forwards, and they're like, actually, we'll pass it backwards again, and it goes back to the halfway line. I was like, do something.
Yeah.
And then you resorted to crossing it, and I was like, well, his name's not Shaw Cross for a reason. He knows how to deal with them.
No, that's what he says. He's like, sure, cross. Yeah, I had a good. I literally watched the last like half an hour, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty sweet."
Yeah, I watched the first half, and I was so bored, I didn't watch the second half. And I just looked at the result later, and I was like, "Oh, probably should have watched the second half then."
Yeah, I was. I had a good time. I saw like Aubameyang and Lacazette score, and I was like, "Oh, there you go. That's how you do it, lads.
Yeah,
remember that for next time."
How do you feel about the whole like Aubameyang situation of handing over the penalty to Lacazette?
I feel like it was a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
I think it probably is interesting because I don't think there are many strikers who are like that. Because I think to be a striker, you sort of have to be like, I'm going to score all the goals.
Yeah. I mean, if that's like Harry Kane at this moment of the season, or like Mo Salah, they're like, I'm chasing the golden boot, I'm getting this goal. Whereas I don't know if that's a bit like, season's gone.
Yeah, I feel like
it's
name. Almost a better like team thing to do because I think he realises how important the Europa League is because he's like, I want to play Champions League next season. Yeah. So he's like, if this means that Lacazette's going to score in the Europa League, you can have the penalty, mate.
I did wonder when I looked at it, I was like, it does look like the perfect sort of, not quite the right way to phrase it, but like PR stunt to be like, oh, look at how we're all together, lads. Like, oh, what a team. Like, oh, there's no selfish player here. We all share things together. We all enjoy it together. To
be fair, I did see after as he gave it to Lacazette, the commentator was like, well, we know certain ex-Arsenal players wouldn't have done that. And then like Lee Dixon went, we won't mention his name. And I was like, oh, Sanchez.
Yes, yeah.
Sanchez, bless him. He's like, no, that's my penalty. Every penalty's my penalty.
Oh, I was going to think about like Thierry Henry. I think there's loads that wouldn't let that happen.
So Sanchez is the one. He's like, no. All the free kicks are mine, all the penalties are mine.
Yes, this is true.
I mean, he did score them, so I'm happy with him taking them. But like, but yeah, it was I was going to say interesting game, but an interesting last 20 minutes because I was like, oh, there you go, Arsenal, just do that.
Yeah,
some more, please.
I mean, the penalty to begin with that opened the floodgates was a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was like I love how I've seen literally like usually there's some debate. There's like, oh, was it a penalty? Everyone's like, nah, not a penalty, not a penalty. Yeah, so I feel bad for him because I can see why when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's a penalty, and then you see
I can.
You see it from another angle, and you're like, oh, it's absolutely not a penalty.
Yeah, I'm more, to be honest, like in the like live action, I can more see why that one's a penalty than the second one. The second one, I was like, oh, he just nudged him over. Like that sort of happens. People like don't always get those. But then, when you watch a slow-mo, the second one, I'm like, yeah, okay, kind of penalty. Yeah. The first one, I'm like, wow, not a penalty at all.
It's just a really good tackle, and you're like, fair enough.
And it's one of those things, you just feel slightly sorry for Stoke, because that's, they tried so hard all game, just be like, yeah, all right, let's see out the draw.
Yeah,
and then that happens, you're like, oh, well, shit then.
Yeah.
So, and then I imagine that's when they concede the other two. But that happens until we get VAR in.
Yeah.
That'll solve all these problems, won't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Haven't seen any problems with that.
Yeah. VAR, perfect every time. 100%.
100%.
It's like the Anchorman thing.
100%, 60% of the time.
60% of the time it works every time.
Yeah.
60% of the time you don't have to wait 9 minutes for it to make a bad decision. And then the last game on Sunday was Chelsea-Tottenham.
Oh my God, what a game.
I said 1-1.
Yes.
And you said 2-1 to Chelsea.
Yeah.
So
what a good Tottenham fan I am. I predicted us to lose.
The result turned out to make you quite happy, I imagine.
Oh, very happy indeed. Oh my God. What a game. I mean, Chelsea scored and I may have just turned the game off altogether because I was like, well, that's it done for another year. Still not winning at Stamford Bridge for another year then. But yeah, I mean, it was actually quite an enjoyable game to watch. It was actually... And I think people are a bit like Chelsea, because I usually moan all the time the fact that people are always like, oh yeah, this team played badly, Tottenham didn't play very well.
Right.
But I think this time they were a bit like, to be fair to Chelsea, Tottenham played well.
Yeah.
Because like, there were some things like the alley goal where, is it bad defending? I guess it is slightly, at the same time, like what a pass from Dyer and what a run from Ali. That's
I think that first alley goal where he like touches it, like it comes over his shoulder, he takes a touch, it bounces once and then he hits it like round. That's a great goal.
Yeah,
like you could do all the defending to mark the run, but that's you would never expect someone to take the ball down and bury it like that.
Because that's like, I mean, that is like such a good striker's run. Weirdly as well, like that's what you want from a striker that runs in behind. He makes that run, and what you want even more is Dyer to see it and just lay it on a plate for him. But there's a beautiful clip of like from the other angle, from like behind the goal, where you watch Ali and you just see him. He's just watching the ball the entire time, until it like touches his foot. It's just his eyes are on the ball, and it's like, oh, that's actually, it's such a good, it's not like he's just been like, oh, like skill. It's like, that's something you work hard on to like, right, I've got to watch the ball, bring it down. And he said in the commentary afterwards, he was like, I've tried that in a few games and I haven't scored, because he was like, usually the keeper's on me. Yeah. So this time he was more conscious that he needed to get a shot away quickly. So, there's been a lot of criticism over him, but he's actually, perhaps for once, got his head down and just training rather than like making up all these cool handshakes and stuff. Like maybe he's actually practiced a little bit.
I feel like it was a bit of one of those like FIFA moments where the commentator's like, well, class is temporary. No, form is temporary. Class is permanent.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Martin Tyler's going to love saying that. They've talked a lot about Ali, but form is temporary and class is permanent. And you're like, oh, Martin, what a legend.
Yeah. And I mean, Eriksen's goal, very good goal.
Maybe like the wind of the ball sort of like knocked Caballero.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Caballero.
Like
in the goal.
In like Dragon Ball Z, where they make like the giant balls with their hands and they shoot it. It was like one of the threw Caballero down.
Yeah, it must have just been like the wind of the speed at which the ball came forward. It pushed a load of wind into Caballero and knocked him down. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably it.
But I can slightly understand it, because it does dip so much that you might as a keeper just go, oh, well, that's going over. Oh, wait, no, that's coming down. Oh, okay, goal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, keepers at that level surely should just be going, oh, just tip this over, just be safe.
Yeah, it's the kind of mistake I'd make, like, playing a game in the park with my friends, where I'm like, oh, bloody hell, that went in. Yeah. But if I was, like, playing...
oh, well done, good goal.
Yeah, if I was playing in goal for Chelsea in a Premier League game...
You'd be diving for everything.
Yeah, I'd be like, if it's going, like, 10 foot wide, I'm still, like, throwing myself, like, got it covered, lads, I got it covered.
I do hate that bit when the keeper stands in the middle and you see it just, like, go slightly past the post, and the keeper's like, And you think, please dive for that. Because I know it went wide, but it didn't look all that sure that it was going wide.
Yeah, you at least make an effort, haven't you, to be like, oh, it's all right, lads, I knew. I'd be like permanently panicked. Free kick goes like 10 foot over, and I'm like, please, someone. I can't reach.
But yes, that alley goal. I mean, Eric Dyer. Who needs Toby Alderweireld when you've got Eric Dyer that can do that?
He knew where the hoarding was.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing, I think it was in Ali's first season here, Toby Alderweireld, it was against Everton, just played exactly that kind of pass.
Yeah.
Ali, exact same kind of run, just straight into the box, like ball over the top, rings down, touch, goal. Like, and he did the exact same thing. And when Eric Dyer did that, I was like, yeah, Toby, you can like moan about your contract all you want. See you later, mate. We've got Eric Dyer. But no, I'm joking, Toby. Please stay.
Please, Toby.
We need you as much. Do you know what? Actually, credit to Sanchez, because Sanchez, I feel like, dominated that game. For like, he's a very young player still. I don't even know how old he is. Like 21, 22?
I don't know.
I don't even know, but he's still very young. And he just had Hazard in his pocket. There was an interesting bit I saw about Gary Neville, actually. Well, not about Gary Neville. Something Gary Neville said about Hazard was that he doesn't seem to be making... This isn't something I've particularly noticed, because I don't watch Chelsea that often at the minute. Is that he doesn't seem to be making so many runs like Ali's one.
Yeah.
Where you like make that darting run behind the line and expect the ball over the top.
Yeah.
You know, you do that 9 times out of 10, it doesn't work. But that 10th time, you're still there and it's worked. He doesn't seem to be doing those runs anymore. He seems to much rather pick the ball up deep and then run with it.
Yeah.
And that's not quite working so well for him this season. So
I think there's an element of being frustrated as well with how the teams kind of... I feel like in previous seasons, Chelsea had a bit more of a... not like attacking focus specifically, because they still played with like the back three and the
Yeah.
two wing backs, but they had like Moses was really going at it, and Alonso was and they had like Costa who can stand up there and hold up the play, and they had like everyone was kind of bombing forward a little bit more. I feel like when I watch Chelsea a little bit more now, I'm like, I can see why if I was Costa, I'd be like Hazard, I'd be like. Oh, do I have to go and do it? Like, I want to go forward quickly, but the only way to do that is to go and get it and carry it forward.
Yeah, it is much like a Sanchez Arsenal getting. It's like, if I really want this pass, I'm gonna have to go and get it. Yeah.
So I can kind of see why, but I know what you mean. I think this season Chelsea have struggled a little bit more for those kind of moments and those kind of players who are gonna in like that. What was it? The game last season when Alonso scored the free kick.
Yeah.
Like, I can't even imagine Chelsea doing that this season. Like, the way they've been playing. Like, last season, you almost knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
You were like, oh, yeah, someone's going to score. Because they've just been playing, like, with that confidence that gets you a goal.
Yeah.
Whereas this season, I feel like when I watch Chelsea, I'm like, I don't know. Willian might score. I still really like him.
Yeah, I still like Willian. Well, I don't like Willian after the whole Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea drama. But, I still do think he's a very good player.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just like if Morata is causing that. If he doesn't have the same presence that Costa had, because I don't know if like as much as I hated him, I don't know whether all the fighting that he did really helped like Chelsea up front.
Must like
he just
push your
for the
team
ball.
forward, mustn't it? Because if you're like, if I'm on a defender, literally pushing him back, like it must be like you sort of give yourself like an area of space, sort of for someone that has it to sit in.
Whereas Morata doesn't seem. I don't know, he doesn't seem quite up for the physical battle, I think, of the Premier League.
Yeah.
He looks, he looks like capable of finishing. I mean, he struggles with that at the minute. But I think he's got all the skill and technique to be still a good finisher.
Yeah.
But I think he isn't quite at the pace and, physicality of this league.
Yeah.
I think he's probably used to, in Spain, is that where he's come from?
Yeah.
Like having a bit more space to yourself, I guess, a bit more time. Real Madrid, I guess.
Yeah.
You'd have Ronaldo just run down the wing with the ball and you'd be like, oh wow, everyone's gone to him. Look at all the space I've got in the middle.
Reminds me a bit of watching Lacazette this season, where he's like, he's had like a few good games and you're like, I can tell he's a very good player.
Yeah.
He just, like, there are a couple of moments where you're like, you haven't got that extra second to have a touch, or you haven't got that extra, you can't go and do that in this league because someone's going to either clatter you or they're going to put like 9 people behind the ball and be like, oh, we can wait. I've got 78 more minutes left. Like, so you sort of have to like either take your chances or make space for other people, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's interesting because I don't know how you really, because that's all about your like physical ability, isn't it? I don't know how easy that is to adapt for some players.
Yeah.
Like I feel like Morata may very well just go back to like Spain or somewhere because it would just be easy.
Yeah.
For him because he might just be like, I can't actually adapt to this league. It's just not my way of playing. And I think Lacazette will stay at Arsenal, but same sort of problem with him. He's just like, he just needs to, as you say, just on the training pitch, he needs to just be like, right, bring it down, shot.
Yeah.
Rather than be like, oh yeah, no, I'm going to bring this down. Then I'm going to run past the defender because no, you're just going to get like smashed as soon as you try and run past someone. So it's an interesting problem for Chelsea. I did feel really bad for them because I felt like it was a bit like the Tottenham-Arsenal game where every Tottenham fan, like back in 2017 when we went to the Emirates, and every Tottenham fan was like, Arsenal aren't doing well, we've won this game, and then we lost it.
Yeah.
I felt like Chelsea so desperately needed to win it to like still be in with a chance of getting 4 that just played into our hands.
Yeah.
Because I think we were just... I think it's so obvious to sense, as soon as a team's like, oh yeah, we need to win this game, how is you going to play except counter-attack them?
Yeah.
Like, just defend and control the game. Like, that's how you're going to win that game. Because as soon as they try and play against you, you're like, nah, I'm alright, cheers, we'll just stop that and then hit you on the break when you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
Like when Moses overcommits, we'll just, play like Son down the wing or something.
Mm.
So I did feel sorry for them in that aspect because although I predicted a loss there, I was like, that may well finish them in that game, and I think it did, in that they just needed the win too much. Whereas I think in previous years, I don't think they've needed a win like that against us so badly.
Yeah.
Other than maybe the 2-2 draw, which stopped us from winning the league.
Yeah.
When Leicester won the league, I don't think they've wanted a win against us like that so much.
Mm.
But yeah. Other than that, it was very, very entertaining game for a Tottenham fan, at least, anyway.
Yeah, no.
It was very funny watching some of the reactions afterwards. Lots of Chelsea fans crying. And there's just the best, like, picture of Dele Alli, like, holding up his hands, like, cupping his ear to the Chelsea fans. And it's just like I think I saw someone say it was like a Renaissance painting, because there was so many different, like, characters in the crowd.
Yeah.
Like, every different person you looked at, there was, like, another different story that you could, like, delve into. It was like this beautiful description of it. So, yeah.
Moving on to Le Champions League. 3, 2, 1. The Champions!
Wait, why am I doing this? I don't want to talk about Champions League ever again. I thought we're done with this.
You sawed off it. We do have to talk about Champions League, though.
Oh, but... All right, only if we talk about Kyle Walker's, like, poor performance.
We'll get to it. First, on Tuesday, Juventus, Real Madrid.
Oh, I know.
What
happened?
Yeah, 1, what happened? 2, what a game. And 3, what a goal.
Yeah. I think that sums it up. What happened? What a game? What goal?
Starting with number 1, what happened?
What? They just fell to pieces.
It just doesn't make sense, though.
No, they're all like, oh, look at this defensive work. And within 3 minutes, they were 1-0 down. I was like,
It's literally Juventus' thing to be, like, organised and defensive. And there was, like, even when, when Dybala got sent off, and they were, like, clapping him off the pitch.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? What's happened to you? Like,
I think they just accepted they're out.
Yeah, it's like he's just got, like, booked, having, like, just been booked. He's got booked again for something stupid.
Yeah.
And you're like, fair play, we've lost this one. I was like, what? When you were playing Spurs, you were like, what's it, like, they were 1-0 down at Wembley?
Oh, yeah.
And then they were like, no, we need to rally together, we'll be strong. And we'll
Yeah.
What happened here?
I don't know. I mean, it's Real Madrid, to be fair. It's not Tottenham. Who was it? Chiellini, who came out and was like, oh, yeah, we knew Tottenham were going to bottle it, or something like that. Probably not quite in that, like, English slang.
Gonna bottle it, lads.
Yeah, they're going to bottle it, lads. Hey, Tottenham.
So, yeah, that was something. I thought Real Madrid, to be fair to them, I thought played well. I don't want to be the guys who were like, well, what happened to Juventus? They played so badly. And then
yes, thank you for not doing that.
Give Real Madrid
some credit.
I swear as well, on a completely unrelated note, I suppose, Real Madrid always score deflected goals. Every single game, I see at least one where it hits a defender and then falls to someone, and I'm like, how do you... Every game, every single one I watch, I'm like, why is Marcelo scoring that?
Admittedly, I can't complain too much. Like, all the goals I think we scored against Real Madrid, there was like bar one that was like actually a good goal. I remember watching it in the pub and I was like, hey, a goal! And I was like, oh, that's come off several people. Like, got in.
Speaking of good goals, Cristiano Ronaldo scored a very good goal.
A very good goal. I mean, it's so Real Madrid, isn't it, to like pull out this performance. I feel like the group stages, they're like, Tottenham, and they're like, yeah, they think they're ours because they've beaten us and drawn to us.
Yeah.
But, we're Real Madrid, we haven't even tried and we've got through the group stage. Come on now. And then they've just, like, been on one since they got through.
Even in the league, they've been, like, not very good.
Yeah.
Then they get to, like, the big stage of the Champions League, and somehow Zidane's like, play good now, and they're like, oh, okay, fair enough.
Do you think it's a bit of like an Arsenal situation here where they're like, there's not really anything on for them in the league at the minute because Barcelona is quite far ahead?
They're
like, really trying Champions League wise.
Yeah, I feel like the Champions League's sort of their thing as well. It's like, I don't know, it's a very it's like glamorous cup, and they're like, oh, we're Real Madrid. Don't we have nice hair?
Because although I hate the man, Guillem Ballet did say that like Real Madrid do raise their performances in the Champions League. I mean, he said this back when they played Tottenham. Yeah. And he was saying that they were going to beat us at Wembley because they raised the game. I mean, they didn't. We just thrashed them. Yeah. But regardless, they have shown yet again that they do just keep raising their game in the Champions League. But yeah, I do wonder if it must be a part of the fact that the league's just gone for them, and they can probably. It's one of those leagues that it's probably easy to just coast, isn't it? If you're not going to win, you can already coast to like third. Yeah. Like you've got enough good players that you can just be like, go and get a couple of wins. Yeah. Get like third. So yeah, and then play all your good people in Champions League. But yes, a very good goal. I mean, even Juventus fans clapped it.
That was a really nice moment.
It was a nice moment.
There was two really great moments. I feel like was the one. I don't know if you saw the clip of Zidane like after Ronaldo scored the goal.
No.
And he like puts his hand on his head and then does like the brat hands. I don't know how to describe it. He's like, so
yeah, he's like,
hot.
oh.
Yeah. I was like, Zidane's like down with
Zidane's
the kids.
like, whoa.
He's like, whoa. I was like, Zidane. I had no idea. And then that moment where like he's by the side of the pitch, isn't he? And they're like clapping him, and he like puts his hand on his chest, and he's like, "Oh, thanks, guys." And I was like, that's a nice moment.
It's just so Ronaldo to just do that, though, isn't it? I mean, his team are going to win, and he's like, "No, headlines."
Yeah.
So think of the headlines, lads.
It is. I did hear him come out afterwards. What was he saying? He was like, "I wanted to try it like in a few other games, it hasn't quite worked out, and then like now it has." But wait, was it his foot? His foot was 2 meters 38 centimeters in the air.
Jesus.
How
tall is that in like a person, like feet?
It's about the height of a crossbar, if that helps.
So height of a crossbar. So he's hit it like
foot,
down.
Yeah, his foot is about the height of the crossbar. Jesus. So how much like leg power do you have to get to like lift your whole body up and then kick the ball the other way? It's just like a monster.
Yeah.
I did a Twitter poll.
I was just about to say, yes, you did ask this.
Because I was like, I'm going to ask the fans of the Voice of Football
who better,
podcast.
All the Real Madrid fans.
So I asked if Ronaldo is the greatest player to ever play the game, and the percentage that said yes, 69%.
Giggity, yeah.
But 69% said he is the greatest player. I did see a lot of people saying he scored a great error kick, but he has also scored at a wet, windy night in Stoke.
Yes, this is what Messi, just come to Man City or something, just to like do this for us. Just settle this debate. Can you like do it at Stoke? Or Stoke, get in the Champions League so that we can see it. It's so we need to see this comparison.
What are your who's your maybe not favourite, but who do you think is the best player of all time?
Well, I saw an interesting thing that was like, I think it was saying that like Messi is perhaps the best finisher of like all time.
Okay.
But Ronaldo is perhaps the best all-round player. And I think I would agree with that because I feel like you play Messi anywhere else on the pitch and he doesn't do anything. I feel like you could play Ronaldo in goal.
Yeah.
Like he's that good.
Yeah.
Like whereas I feel like Messi, you put him like at left back, he's not going to do too well, like defending. Whereas I feel like Ronaldo, again, put him like in centre back, he'd be like, yeah, do my job, sort of thing. So
yeah,
I still think Messi's my favourite player.
Yeah.
Out of the two, and other than maybe like Ronaldinho, I think like I remember him watching him as a kid.
Yeah.
Like just man, like the ball control on him. Actually, maybe I still think he's the best player in the world. But that'd be my personal opinion. I don't think he actually, like, statistically is.
I know what you mean, though. I think it's hard to argue that Ronaldo's not the best athlete like we've ever seen in football.
Yeah.
Because he's done it from, 19 at Man United, scoring goals from, 40 yards out on free kicks.
Yeah,
and you're like, how do you take, everyone's, taking free kicks like Beckham, because they're like, well, Beckham scored free kicks.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, 40 yards out, I'm going to do a really long run up and hit it with, the side of my foot, sort of, but put my leg through it. And you're like...
so it just goes, up and straight down again.
And now everyone's like, this is how I take free kicks.
Yeah.
And then he's now, 34? And he's just scored an overhead kick like that. I mean, not so, Ibrahimovic has as well.
Oh my God, did you see? Yeah, Ibrahimovic's goal for the LA Galaxy.
That was equally impressive. But Ronaldo's still, scoring 50 goals a season.
Yeah.
And he's been doing it for, over 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't know. But having said that, I do also think when you watch Messi, there's something that's, understated about him. Where, I feel like he does less of the really spectacular things, but a lot more things that would go unnoticed. Do you know what I mean?
I think Ronaldo is the kind of one that he sort of, he dilly-dallies with it outside the box, and you're kind of like, oh yeah, maybe he might shoot here, and he'll shoot and go in the top corner. You go, oh my God, what a goal.
Yeah.
Whereas Messi, he'll dribble it from the halfway line through the entire team, and you'll get off your seat as soon as he beats the first man, and you go, oh my God, what a player. Yeah. Go on, go. And then he'll score, and what goal. So
There was a great...
So-
Speaking of that, to be fair, there was a great moment I saw in the league, I think it was. Barcelona were 1-0 down. And they put Messi on because he was on the bench or something. Because he had, like, muscle fatigue, I think. In his, like, calf or something. So they were like, we're going to sort of try and rest you. And they were like, well, we're losing. Got to put Messi on.
Yeah.
But he had instructions to not do any long sprints and to not change direction too quickly.
Right.
Because they were like, you might tear your calf or something. And he was like, okay. So he literally comes on the pitch, they attack, he walks forward, scores. Then, like, so he, like, I say he walks, so he walks forward, the ball comes to him, he does sprint then, scores.
Yeah.
Then it goes back for kickoff. He walks back. The instant he scores, he stops running, walks all the way back to the kickoff.
Right, yeah.
They kick off, he walks forward, 57 seconds later, scores again, and then just walks back to the halfway line.
How?
And I was like,
how do you do that?
that is, like, that's what I mean. That's way less fancy than Ronaldo's overhead kick.
Yeah.
But there's something really cool about coming on, winning your team the game, and being like, I'm not allowed to run. Like, you're like, the boss has told me not to sprint for too long. And I'm like, God, there must be so many people, like, what's it? James Milner's running everywhere, being like, I've done all the running. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I feel like Messi does have an element of a quiet person who sits in the corner, just, like, knowing everything.
I think this is why it's such a fascinating debate about who's better between Messi and Ronaldo, is because I think Ronaldo epitomises the guy that works hard all the time. He he's first one in at training, last one to leave. He works hard and he achieves what he wants because he works so hard at it and he trains so hard. Whereas I think Messi has just been blessed with a natural gift, and that's why there's such a problem deciding who's the best at this, is because they have completely different ways of playing the game, as we said. Like, Ronaldo's not one to beat the whole team and play such amazing skill, but still is a fantastic player, an athlete. But Messi has this incredible gift where he's a bit more exciting, but not quite like the same athlete. Probably doesn't have to work. I mean, I don't know, to be fair, but probably doesn't have to work so hard in training, because he's like, this is just my level now.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the debate is what it is.
I feel like
because it's so different.
It's a bit of like a Marvel superhero thing, where I feel like Ronaldo is like Iron Man, and he's like, I've built my own Superman suit, and I'm just as good as you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, Messi's like, I don't know, like Superman or something.
Been gifted with it
like,
from
I'm just pretty good.
Family.
And you're like, your kids will have debates for hours about being like, nah, but if this happened, then Superman would do, but then Iron Man would, and you'd be like, that's Ronaldo and Messi.
Yeah.
You'd be 1v1 them, and you'd be like, yeah, then Ronaldo would do this, and he'd do that, and then Messi would nutmeg him, and then do a backflip, and then you're like, okay. But a debate could go on forever.
Because even when you get into other weird arguments where people are like, oh, is Harry Kane world class? And it's like, no, because he hasn't won any trophies. They both won trophies and everything as well, so you can't even split it on that, because they both have won. I mean, granted, neither of them have done much internationally. I think only Ronaldo has won the Euros, isn't he?
Yeah.
Maybe that's where they're let down a little, is their international teams.
Yeah.
But you can't even split them in domestic trophies. They play in the same league as well. That's what is even more exciting.
Yeah.
Is because they're playing for two of the biggest, well, probably the biggest teams in the world. And constantly going head to head, battling for the same league, for the same European trophy. Yeah. So,
moving slightly away, but still related.
Yeah.
Did you see that Messi's now learnt mind control as well?
What do you mean?
He can now mind control the other team.
What, does he just tell them to move out his way, and they do?
No. Again, so in the Champions League game on Wednesday, De Rossi scored an own goal.
Oh yeah.
Right. The ball comes across the box, and he's trying to nick it off of Messi, but he scores an absolute screamer in the bottom corner from just inside the box.
Oh right,
it's a really good finish. But I think what actually happened is Messi was like, knock it in for me, mate. And De Rossi's like, I can't help it. He's too good. And he's just buried it.
That would be the case though. I mean, if he moved to the Premier League, I imagine that would just be like West Brom and Stoke and things all day. They'd be like, right, clear it before it gets to Messi, and you see players going, and just kicking it straight in their goal. Because I'm just trying to clear it. I didn't want Messi to get it.
So I'm just saying that might push him over the edge because he can now use mind control.
Mind control, yeah.
He's become another actual Marvel supervillain. Yeah. Anyway, Barcelona won 4-1. That was pretty. I mean, they were
like 2-1 goals, weren't they? Yeah.
But that pretty much settled, I think.
Yeah, surely they're through.
And then Liverpool, Man City, 3-0 to Liverpool was not something I saw coming.
No, I mean, about on par with the West Ham 3-0 against Southampton.
Yes.
Was not expecting that either. So, I don't know what... Again, maybe not what a game this time, or what a goal, but what happened? That question's still valid.
I mean, I'll still go for all three.
Really?
I'll go for...
Do you think the game was that, entertaining?
It was end-to-end, at least.
Okay.
Maybe not, full of, diving saves and stuff, but there was no, it wasn't like watching, Sunderland v Stoke, and you're like, can one of you touch the ball, please?
Or the first half of Arsenal v Stoke.
You're both just, waiting to kick the ball, and you're like, no, I don't want to get possession. That's too much for me. We're playing counter-attacking, we don't want possession.
Yeah,
so are we. Standing on the edge of each other's boxes, just looking at each other. And then Chamberlain's goal, to be fair, is a strike. I don't think it's not Ronaldo level, but he's hit it. He's hit one of those ones where he hits it so hard that the keeper moves and the ball's already gone past him. You know, where the keeper's it's gone.
Yeah, and Ericsson Caballero.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't want to save it, sort of I'd be like, do I want my arm or do I want to save it? I just let the goal in.
Yeah.
But, yeah, very good performance, I will say.
I mean, would you think that, do you think that's enough for them in the second round? Because obviously they were at home for that one, so they've got to go away now. I
think so. I think if Man City had scored one, it might be a different situation, because I could see the same thing happening. You know, if it was, say, 3-1 in that game, I could maybe see Man City winning the next one 3-1 or 3-0. But I think you'd be hard-pressed to stop Liverpool scoring one.
I was going to say...
And that means you've got to score 5. And that's Man City are good, but I don't know, 5 is a lot.
I don't know. Liverpool are that kind of team.
Clean sheet here, though.
That's true, yeah. But I feel as though this could be exactly the same as the Tottenham-Chelsea scenario that I just gave you, that Man City are going to try so hard because they have to win that game by a lot now, that they're going to attack so much that against this Liverpool team is the worst team to do this to as well.
Yeah.
And to need to win by that much, because as soon as they do that, they'll just get counter-attacked, and that could be the end of them.
Yeah.
In terms of that. So yeah, if they just try and push for one goal and Liverpool take, I could see Liverpool going 1-0 up because they just counter-attack the whole time. Yeah. And then that's just the game killed off. I was impressed because I think they set up in that sort of fashion as well. They were like, Man City are going to come and attack, that's fine, but we're going to keep doing the same thing we do. Do you know what I mean? There was no... You could tell that Klopp had instilled a sort of confidence, but into them, and instead of preparing them, being like, okay, so you're playing Man City, lads, you've got to make sure you do this and do that. He was like, no, you just do what you do. You just have to try really hard, and it felt that way where you were like, you know what, that's why it was quite good to watch, is because there was an element of Liverpool played like they were the underdogs. Do you know what I mean? Where every tackle they were in, and every 50-50 they were in, and I was like, fair play. That's how you want to see your team play football. Even if I would have liked not Liverpool to win. I really don't want Liverpool to win Champions League. Do you think then that could be more a bit naive on the side of Guardiola? Because I saw in the build-up to it, he was like, yeah, we're going to attack at Anfield. And do you think he should have been a bit more like Mourinho and sat back a little bit more against this Liverpool team and been like, we're away from home here, let's try and control the game a bit more and bring them back to the Etihad and kill the game off there?
It's interesting. I've been kind of going back and forth, I feel like, because I feel like what he tried to do was almost halfway in between, in that, say, I think if he'd played Sterling, I feel like that would have been, instead of Gundogan, I feel like that would have been a better decision, because you're going to probably score. Yeah. Because they would have width on both sides, rather than giving it to Sane every single time. But then I was like, I don't think that's enough. If you're going to go defensive, you need to do a bit more than that. Having said that, I do keep going back and forth, because almost every goal they scored was because they just gave Liverpool the ball, in their area or just outside it. And I feel like there's an element, if I was Guardiola, I'd be like, it's a bit of a football manager thing.
Where you're like, I've done everything I can.
Yeah, I've done everything right. If you could just not Give
not
him
do
the
that.
like bellend. Don't just give him
Yeah.
the ball. Like you have to make him tackle it. And as I suppose countering my own counterpoint, but like I suppose there's an element of that Liverpool are going to press you like mad, and that's sort of their point is to make you make a mistake. But I don't know. I would feel a little bit hard done by if I was Guardiola.
Yeah, I don't know if that like because obviously he's got a fantastic record in this competition, but is that just because he's so confident of his style of play that he was like, yeah, we're going to go do that against Liverpool and play that same like nice controlling possession, attacking way.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, that's worked at Barcelona and worked at Bayern Munich, but is that because they've had a better defence than he currently has at Man City? Is Man City's best defence the form of attack?
Yeah.
Because they're in control of the ball so much that they don't need to defend most of the time.
Well, there'll definitely come a point, won't there, where his like confidence turns sort of into arrogance, doesn't it?
Well, that's what I mean. I don't know if he was so like, oh, we need to get our own back for the league game we played against them.
Yeah.
And he's like, we can go out and attack them. He's like, we can take them on head to head. And I don't think he should have done.
Mm.
But equally, you could have gone defensive and they scored within a couple of minutes and you'd be like, well,
yeah.
Then your game plan's screwed again because, yeah. So, I don't know, it's a difficult one.
I tell you who did have an exceptional game, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't one of the players I expected
Mo Salah. I'm so sick of hearing them sing that every time he scores, which is a lot at the minute as well.
It wasn't Mo Salah, although, you know, I feel like he had a good game. I mean, his goal was, I
went off injured though.
They gave him the ball, and then the other one, I don't know why. Like, I think he's running down the wing, and then like he gets the chance to cross it in, but it's because Laporte's like, "Here, would you like to come inside on your left foot?" And he's like, "Okay,
yes, please."
Anyway, who I was gonna say was that right back Alexander Arnold.
Oh yes.
I watched him, and because City kept giving Sane the ball because he was the only really that outlet, and every time I've watched Sane this season, he's just torn people to shreds. When we watched the Arsenal game, and he like made everyone look just like children.
Yeah.
He was just like, "Yeah, I got this, just dribble past you."
Yeah, just dribble past people.
That kid, he literally was one of the in his pocket the whole game.
That's
Every time
impressive.
he tries a little like bit, he was like, "No, just kick it out."
Yeah.
Like he's marking him, he's watching him, he's like cutting out runs, blocking him off when he needs to, and I was like, for someone, and you could see what it meant to him as well, because it like towards the end, I can't remember what happened. Someone like kicked the ball out of play, and he went to go and get it for the throw in, and he was like cheering the fans up, and I was like, that's
Yeah, that would be me if I was like playing like for Tottenham, and I was like Champions League. I'd be like, come on, guys.
And the point I wanted to mention about that was it was interesting watching him at right back versus Kyle Walker at right back.
Yes.
Because I was like, they were almost complete opposites. He was like so hungry. And he played with such like focus that you could see by the end of it, Sane didn't want to run past him. He just passed it back to them and was like, "I'm done here, lads. I can't beat this man. Like I've tried for 89 minutes and I'm so sick of him tackling me."
That would. I don't even know. Like, how would you deal with that? Like, I mean, that is why the best players like Ronaldo and Messi are the best players. Though, is because they will do something else.
Yeah.
You know, you would. Maybe that's Guardiola's part though. You'd maybe go Sane, maybe go on the other wing.
Yeah.
Like go against the left back. Probably James Milner. I don't know who played left back.
Yeah.
You know, you'd try something else, or you'd be like, oh, I'm not going to run past him. I'm going to cross it.
Yeah.
You'd do something else, wouldn't you? So, but yeah, still credit to young player, Champions League, high level. Yeah,
because then watching Kyle Walker play, and obviously he made one mistake definitely for the goal. And then there were a couple of other times where someone like was running at him, and he was like in like a little, not like in a world of his own, because I'm sure he knew what was happening, but like it didn't look like he knew what was happening. He was like, "Oh, I wonder if I'm going to win the league."
Well, yeah, don't think he's ever been that far in the Champions League with Tottenham, has he? Was he around when Harry Redknapp got us to that stage? Might have been. Don't know, but you know, he's probably just he's too excited. I did see a great tweet.
It was a treat.
Seeing that. Yeah, a great tweet that said, "You can take the Walker out of Spurs, but you can't take the Spurs out of Walker." Which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah, that's why it was one of those games where, like, sometimes you see a really good, like Sane, for instance. I saw him and I was like, I feel sorry for you because you're really trying, and I know you're good. And I saw Walker, I was like, I don't feel sorry for you. Like, not even because I don't really like you. It's just because you saw him playing, and I was like, no, you're not like you're playing Liverpool in the Champions League.
Yeah,
He's just like, I'm not like they get ahead in the game. Like.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I did see another interesting stat, I think, from that game, which was that Gabriel Jesus had like 5 passes or something, and 4 of them were from kickoff.
Jesus.
So, yeah, that was interesting.
He didn't really have...
No.
I sort of felt a bit sorry for him, but then, again, I always feel sorry for strikers when they're in that position, because part of me is like, well, someone has to pass you the ball.
Yeah.
But then the other part of me is, again, like you said, though, you watch the best strikers.
Yeah, they come up with something
if Messi's not getting the ball, he's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, you, give it me. I'm not putting up with this. Last but not least, Arsenal won a game. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, Arsenal just won.
Yeah, in the Europa League. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean, quite comprehensively, 4-1.
Yeah.
In the end. A bit of a scare to begin with them getting the goal.
Yeah.
And then you just sort of destroyed them.
It was a decent performance. Hopefully good enough to take through. I can't see us beating, like, an actually good team. I think
Atletico Madrid are your only threat. I think that'd make a really nice final, though. I think you can beat them.
I think in the final we might be all right. In the semi-final we've lost already. Yeah. It feels like. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if we're in the final, there's an element of like anything can happen.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like we could easily beat them like 1-0 at home and then go and get smashed like 3-0, and you're like, oh, well, it was like we won one of the games.
See, that's the difference in an Arsenal fan and a Tottenham fan, because I'm thinking about the FA Cup semi-final, and I'm much happier playing Man United in the semi-final than I am the final, because I know how much we like to bottle it, and I'm like, the final is too important, we'll throw it away. Whereas the semi-final, we're like, we just need to get through, lads. I could probably beat Man United.
Yeah, I feel like Arsenal were made for finals recently.
Yeah.
All about the cup football and the consistency. But yeah, it was nice to see them win, and Ramsey scored a good goal that you didn't think he meant.
Well, just, saw Ronaldo's.
I mean, it wasn't Ronaldo's, to be fair to him.
Yeah, but, yeah. No, he meant it, but he just, could have been better. I thought it was more like...
Write him a little critique. 6 out of 10. What I would have done.
I think I'm more bothered by, the defending, because I expected it to be, a really... Because I didn't see it happen in real time. I only read the commentary, and the person was like, "Oh, don't know how to describe this goal," blah blah, like some sort of side flick, and I was like, "Oh my god, that sounds amazing!" And I expected it to be really close, I guess, the keeper's on him and the defender's marking him, and he's just flicked it, dinked it around the keeper, rather than just have 6 yards either side of him to just be just clump it, and then it somehow go over the keeper, bit of a Caballero. But because even then I was I expected it to fly all the way over and duck down into the far corner, and it just went in the middle of the goal. So I'm not taking anything away, because it's still an incredible goal and I couldn't do anything like it. But I think I was just it'd been built up too much, because the commentator's I can't describe it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that is almost the ultimate compliment to go, I can't describe it. So you're like, well, I've seen a lot of things in football. I'm sure you can put some words to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, shall we make some predictions for next week's foosball?
Yes, let's do it.
So the first game we've got is Everton-Liverpool. Big derby.
Very big derby.
Walcott versus Oxlade-Chamberlain. Ex-Arsenal players.
Ooh.
Returning. Saw a really cringe article on Sky Sports about it, that's why.
Oh, is that from friend to foe or something? Yeah,
they're in the back of a taxi, talking. And they're like, oh, we're really good friends, but we hate each other on the pitch. And I was like, oh, great, lads. Really, really good work. What are you thinking?
It's an interesting one from Liverpool's point of view, because, I mean, it's shameful if they don't win it, obviously.
Okay.
But do they really need to go for it? Because Champions League big game next week again against Man City.
Yeah.
And then they've probably got Champions League football in the league anyway, 10 points off Chelsea.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if he rested some people. But at the same time, I don't know that you can in these games. Thinking if it was Tottenham Arsenal.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd want him to be oh yeah, I'll just put Llorente on instead of Kane. I'd be no, play Kane. I want to beat Arsenal. So I don't know. If they rest somebody, I could see Everton possibly winning. But I don't think they will. So I'll say 2-0 Liverpool win.
2-0. I'll go 2-all.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah.
Oh, have I convinced you? Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. Benteke maybe score a goal.
Well, he's not going to play, is he?
He's
So
a bit injured.
You know what? Because Benteke's not playing,
Yep.
I imagine he'll put like Zaha or someone up front. So I will say 2-1 Crystal Palace.
2-1 Crystal Palace. I'll go 1-all. I don't really know, to be honest. Brighton, Huddersfield.
Yeah, that's one I'm not too sure on either. I can see. I'm going to say a draw. I don't know whether 1-all.
1-all. I'll
I
go.
could see that being like 2-all as well there.
I'll go 2-1 Brighton.
Okay.
I have no reasoning for it. Just picking some numbers, really.
Yeah.
Leicester, Newcastle.
A battle of the people that come back into a bit of form.
Yeah, both coming into a bit of form. Both have nothing to play for. Interesting turn of events.
Yeah. I'm going to say Leicester to win 2-0.
Leicester 2-0. I think that's a respectable score. I think Newcastle away is a different prospect to Newcastle at home. Yeah, I'll go Leicester 2-1, which should be different.
Yeah, I could see Newcastle nicking a goal.
Stoke, Tottenham. Stoke playing not very well.
I think
Tottenham
Stoke have
playing
one of the
pretty
worst records against us of like anybody they've played in the Premier League. So for that reason, I would like to say 3-0.
3-0?
But any time I go for that kind of a score, we end up winning like 1-0.
No, I could definitely see I'd go. I'll be 4-0,
like if you
just
can
to be
beat them
different.
3-0 and you have like, you played one half of football.
Yeah, 120 minutes is done.
So I'd like to think we could do that.
Watford, Burnley. I'll probably go for a Burnley win here. Very close one, but I feel like maybe like a 2-1, something like
What
that.
to Burnley?
Yeah.
I'll say 2-1 the other way. I
Quite
think Watford should win it.
Burnley.
I think they might throw it away again though.
West Brom, Swansea. Surely West Brom won't win.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But we thought that about West Ham.
They've done a little bit of the sack manager. Maybe they'll get the little boost where the other guy comes in and goes, "Yeah, he was shit."
Yeah, Swansea 2-0.
Swansea 2-0. It's a fair scoreline. I'll go 1-0. I don't know.
Oh my god.
The big game. Manchester City versus Manchester United.
Manchester.
Title deciding game.
Yeah, I want to say, because mainly I want to see it.
Okay.
I want to see a comprehensive 3-0 from Man City.
Comprehensive 3-0.
But I could. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll go with it. 3-0, I'll
3-0.
stick with it. But I could see that being a very tight, scrappy game. And either one of them just winning 1-0. I think could end up being either way.
I'm going to go... Yeah, I think Man City will bounce back. I can see them having a bit of a... We're probably not going to carry on the Champions League. Let's win the title at Man United. That's a good moment. So, yeah, I don't know. I'll go 3-1 or something.
Yeah, I mean, Man United are complete opposite to Liverpool.
Yeah.
And I think that suits Man City. They'd much rather have the ball and be like, yeah, we'll just break you down, than Liverpool being like, we're going to pressure. You're going to lose the ball to us.
Arsenal, Southampton. Southampton have been terrible. And Arsenal are at home again?
Yeah.
We've played 4 or 5 games in a row at home.
Have you?
just keep playing them. I'll go 3-1.
You got to concede.
Yeah.
I will
It'll be
say,
chicken goal, won't it? You got to concede somehow.
I will say 2-0 to you.
Chelsea, West Ham. Seems like an obvious one, but it is a derby. You do have a bit of
Well, more so after what West Ham just did. They might prefer playing away from home. I feel like that's what happened to us at the beginning of this season.
Yeah.
We struggled to play at Wembley so much that we were like, oh, please let me play away. And we had a bit of good form away from home. So with the bad atmosphere, West Ham might revel in that. But I could still see Chelsea just winning that. I'd say 2-0.
2-0.
I could see a Willian and Alonso goals or something.
Yeah. I'll join you in 2-0. Feels too good. I think I'll be different on that one. And then Champions League.
Yes.
Man City, Liverpool. We said earlier in the podcast we didn't think Man City would quite have enough.
I
can see it being like a 2-2 or something. Like, I can see it being an entertaining game, but I can't see Man City scoring like 9 goals.
No, I think, as I said, I think it's going to be a problem of Tottenham, Chelsea, kind of Man City just need to win it too much.
Yeah.
And I think they'll do that, and I feel like they could concede first. And they might come back, maybe win it 2-1, but just not enough.
Yeah.
I think they might win the game, but not the...
Yeah.
What's it called?
Not the tie.
Yeah.
I think that's fair. Roma, Barcelona. I think Barcelona will win even at Roma. They don't need to win, but I think they will. Like a 2-1 or something.
Yeah, I was going to say 3-1.
Let's go with that. Real Madrid, Juventus. How many overhead kicks will be scored?
Another one.
Another one? Oh, I was going for like 2 or 3.
All Ronaldo, or just maybe like a Benzema in there.
Yeah, maybe like
Bale.
Maybe Ronaldo and a Bale. Maybe they have like a competition partway through. Who has the best hair and then who has the best overhead kick? Best of 3.
Oh, Ronaldo definitely has the best hair. I don't
You're
know.
not a fan of the man bun?
No, I don't know what Bale's doing. What's he doing with his hair?
He's always got to distract from his face somehow.
Admittedly, I do quite like the look of like the headband when he pushes it like through. When he takes it off and he like puts it in, he like pushes it through like his hair. It's quite satisfying to watch all the hair like, get pushed back. But even still, yeah.
I'm gonna go.
What are we talking about?
You got distracted by your man crush.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Gareth Bale, come home, Gareth. We need you.
I'm gonna go for Real Madrid to win. 2-0. I don't know.
Yeah, I will join you in a 2-0.
2-0.
I was going to say 3, but I feel like Juventus won't have anything to play for, but they won't want to get humiliated.
Yeah.
So hopefully they set up a bit more defensively than they did last time.
And then the last one is Bayern Munich versus Sevilla.
Yeah, they only just saw this out, but they are at home now.
Yeah, Sevilla played really well in the first half, and then the second half was like a little more...
Yeah.
Like they got a bit more dominated by Bayern. But I was impressed by Sevilla, to be fair.
Yeah, I could see that being still tight and be like a 2-0 to Bayern Munich, maybe.
I'll go for 2-1 just to be different, because I've matched you too many times.
Yeah, we've both hit 2-0 too many times.
But yeah, I think, to be fair, I think Sevilla have sort of placed themselves where like Atletico were, maybe like the last couple of seasons, where they're not like spectacular, but they like are well set up, and they're like, we do our thing.
They did do what, I mean, beating Man United is pretty big. They have done quite well to get where they are. So I think they can be happy with going out to Bayern Munich, really.
A little bit of a Ben Yedder.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I think that's our predictions done for the week. We'll be back next week with another episode of the podcast.
We'll have more predictions and we'll check out how we got on this week, see if we did as well as we did in the previous podcast with our predictions.
Well, yeah, did quite well this week.
Up to it. Maybe one of us will win the 250,000 from...
Oh, I am not coming back on this podcast if I won 250, lads. Sorry, I'm out. I'm doing it from a hotel in Barbados. Skype me in.
What if we win the $1 grand?
$1 grand. Oh, yeah, I'll do it for $1 grand. Yeah.
Then you'll be like Skyping from like Blackpool.
Yeah, I'll Premier Inn down the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back to talk about all the overhead kicks that have been scored that week.
Yeah. Be sure to let us know who you think is going to go through in the Champions League and who's going to go out.
Yeah.
Or maybe even who you think is going to win the Champions League.
Oh, why not? Push the boat out.
Yeah, push the boat out. Predict that this early.
Yeah. Give me some free bets or something.
Yes.
No.
Or give us your predictions for like the week following results so that we can put some Super 6 on because we're clearly terrible at it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to win the 250, so I may as well steal some of your money. Anyway, we'll be back next week with another episode of the podcast, and we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.